All right, welcome back to phase 2 of lesson 2 in the Lego Man. Here we are. We are at the bottom of the page. We've just come from the shapes and the stuff above. I'm in the bottom corner, so I'm going to ask that you zoom in. Again, you can use the little zoom tool and you can kind of draw right around the object and it'll get you closer. We're going to work with a new tool along with our shapes because sometimes we have to put shapes together and maybe get rid of parts that we don't need or punch them out to make new ones. So this is a little preview. We're going to learn a little bit more about this shape builder tool later, but this is going to help us make our Lego man because let me just give you a view here. Our Lego guy has to have hands, right? And we know that the hands are open, they're this half semi crescent kind of shape because we can stick things inside their little hands and they'll hold them like flags and signs and poles and hammers and all kinds of stuff. So back down over here to our little guy, we're going to learn how to make one of those hands so that you can kind of utilize it, copy it, all that good stuff for the next one. All right, so we're going to start with two shapes. This one is a regular circle, the yellow, and this appears to be more of an oval. So we're going to go in and I'm going to just use a different color so I can tell the difference between this and what we're drawing. We can always change this color after we're done, but I'm going to choose the ellipse tool. And I'm going to start over here, kind of just slightly out of the corner space, and I'm going to start dragging for a circle. Okay, I'm dragging down. Now, I need to move this guy over a little bit. And if you hold down the space bar, look at that. I can move the shape with my mouse. I am still drawing. I have not let go of the actual button on my mouse, but it allows me to reposition while I'm going to let go of the shift, not the shift, sorry, the space bar, and I'm going to continue to drag just a little bit more, and look how I was able to find that size. Now, I am going to hold down the shift key because I want to make sure I get a perfect circle. There we go, and I might need to move him over. So again, what did I do? I made a circle. All right, cancel that. All right, so I made a circle. I was dragging it and I did not let go, but I held down on the space bar so I can reposition it. And then I kept drawing and holding shift so I would get the perfect circle. Okay. Now I'm going to move him off to the side just a sec so we can see the next shape we need to make. So let's change a color. I'm going to change to a different flavor. Let's go for blue. Okay. And this one is just an oval. So I don't have to hold shift to make it constrained because I kind of want to match this oval here. So I'm going to start just a little bit over here, see how I kind of bring it over. Now, once again, I'm going to hold down the space bar to move my shape, and then I can keep drawing to find the remainder of the shape. Okay, so that shift bar allows you to move while you are still clicked in and drawing the shape. Very handy. Okay, I'm now going to move this guy. I use the move tool. Going to move this guy, and notice how he is just a little bit below. See how he's below or outside the yellow circle, right? Okay, so we want to remove or pop this shape out of this big red circle. Okay, to do that, we are going to select, I'm dragging a marquee around both objects so that we have them both selected. And over here, we have a new tool. It is almost in the middle of the toolbox. Okay, you can see the little video down below where it's dragging the cursor through objects, and by doing so, it made all of those objects solid to create the cloud. Now, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to use this tool, which is called the shape builder, and we want to punch out a shape so that all we're left with is this crescent shape that's going to represent the hand of a Lego character. Okay, so I'm going to come over here with my cursor. Notice that the cursor has a little plus sign next to it. Interesting. Well, we don't want to add the shapes together. We want to get rid of the blue shape so that only this part of the red remains. So instead of a plus, we're looking for a minus. The Alt key on your keyboard, Alt means alternate, meaning doing the other or doing the opposite. So when we hit the Alt key, it turns to a minus. When we let go, it goes back to plus. Plus is normal. The alternate is minus. So I'm going to click on everything that is blue. Look at that. And the blue goes away. And we're left with this arc or crescent shape that represents the hand of the Lego guy. Now, of course, we can change the color of this because it's red, all right? And you can always go to properties. You can change it to, Lego yellow color or whatever you want. But let's see that again. Okay, we had both shapes selected. We went to the Shape Builder tool. It looks like two shapes kind of coming together. And over here, we see a plus sign. We hold the Alt key to get to the opposite, which is punching something out. And we are punching out the oval shape, the blue that we don't want. Cool? All right. So you've just learned how to use the shape builder. Okay. Now, let's go and supersize back up. There we go. So we've explored how to make some of these different shapes. We've explored how to punch things out, which is awesome, which will become sort of this. We know that we can always change or alter the size of shapes by going to their corner. And if you hold down Shift, right, it keeps that shape constrained. It doesn't distort it. If I do this, it's going to make it all wonky willy, right? And sometimes you might need this, but sometimes you don't. Right? So you are given the challenge to now utilize some of these tools, moving anchor points, doing the shape builder to make yourself your hands, to repeat and copy using the Alt key, right? To get new shapes, because some of them are going to be repeated, right? These guys over here are kind of repeated over here. Yeah. All right, so you are going to rebuild this guy here, and then you're going to submit this document, all right? And you're going to type in, when you go to save, you're going to do File, Save As, right? We want to save on the computer because that's where our Google Drive is. And we want to go into your Google Drive. So scroll down till you find Google Drive, or if you need to, you go into this PC and you choose Google Drive. All right. I need you to put your last name. See how I just clicked at the very beginning of the title? I click in and type your last name, right, before the title, so I know whose document this is, right? We're going to save it as an AI, and you're going to make sure it goes into your Google Drive graphic design lesson folder. Go into that lesson folder, right? You'll hit save. Boop. Okay. The next time you're going to do save as, and this time you're going to come back here, same title, but you're going to hit this little guy here. This gives us other file type options. You're going to choose the second one, which is Adobe PDF. And that way your icon will change a little bit and it will be saved as a PDF in that same Google Drive graphic design lesson folder, and you're going to hit save. All right. Got any questions? Number one is rewind, right? rewind and see what you might have missed. Listen to it again, watch it again. Again, nobody knows that you're rewinding, right? Yeah. All right. And then if you've rewound and you're still stuck, then raise your hand and I am more than willing to help you out. All right. Catch you on the flip side.